Let's talk about Evoto AI and this new headshot portrait AI tool that's been setting the professional portrait photography world ablaze. This is a lesson of dog eat dog world, and I am not really sure how to feel about this as it unravels. And for some context, Evoto is it's a professional tool used for professional photographers to do retouching to portraits. And why that's so important for the context here is because they've trailblazed into the market, and they weren't the only ones in the market. There were so many before them. Portrait Pro was one that I used. I love the retouch for me plugins in Photoshop. And what made Evoto stand out was they packaged it all in one software that had everything. So you had basic edits, and you had the ability to cull, and you had the ability to create collections, and very Lightroom-esque, which is what we need as professional portrait photographers. But their attention to detail with retouching was, in my opinion, bar none. And not only did they understand everything about the retouching world, but they understood everything about what or how we as photographers use light to shape our subjects, and their software sort of coddled that in this very comfortable way. And everything in Evoto is sliders, right? We're talking dodge and burn, frequency separation. We're talking neck wrinkles. They've even got these things down to the technical names that beauticians use for the smile wrinkles, and it's nuts. And speaking from a personal perspective, one of the most invaluable parts of Evoto, as someone that has a small studio, the ability to just at the click of a button remove all the background nonsense and distractions, and to just allow my subject to just be in one seamless backdrop. It makes it look, quite honestly, like I'm in a bigger studio. And that would have been hours of work in Photoshop for me, because I'm not a Photoshop ninja, right? So yeah, they've been at that for a while, and I think the latest iteration that they just made live was Tethering, and you gotta get in your mind a full picture of how amazing this product is. You can tether and wirelessly tether as well. I should mention, when you're in studio, you're shooting your subject, you can have these retouching changes added or right on the spot. You can remove the backdrops right on the spot, the background distractions right on the spot. And what that translates to is, when you're showing your client these portraits right then and there, pretty much done and complete, it's this awe-inspiring confidence that they have, like, oh wow, you really do know what you're doing. And then what that translates to on the business end is, the minute the client walks out of there, you know, after you've selected the ones that they love, you've had that 10-15 minute meeting with them after, you're done. Those images are exported and onto the next. Phenomenal product. What's happening here, they've been working on a piece of software that takes any photo of you and essentially places you in a professional headshot setting. Doesn't have to be a studio. When I say setting, I mean, you know, proper posture, in proper form, 3/4 of where you squared up, whatever it is. And from what I'm reading here on that Facebook group, because a lot of people have been taking screenshots because they took it down, like, the software is actually really good. And photographers are angry. Photographers are are taken aback. Um, they feel like some trust have been broken because I guess there was no communication that this product was coming. Um, I don't know how to feel about it. And the reason I'm saying I don't know how to feel about it is, as a portrait photographer, I can tell you've got a plethora of emails in your inbox with retouchers looking for business. And oftentimes a lot of these retouchers, not only they're good at their job, they're good at what they do. Um, and by good, I mean you give them a sample of your editing style and they will match it. They're quite affordable, which I always thought was interesting. And I did a little homework behind it. Um, they're affordable because they're in places like the Philippines, right? So the US dollar is a big deal to them. So I never really felt great about that, but it is what it is. This is business. This is how business works. With the invention of tools like Retouch for Me, I prefer to do my own editing because it's not that big of a deal. And I've done my portraiture in such a way where I get most of it right in post. So it's not that big of a deal for me to go in and make these small tweaks. Also, I don't have a huge volume of clients at the moment to where the value, the time is just not like it's costing me more time to edit photos than if I were to offload it to someone and spend that time looking for other clients or working with other clients. These retouchers are out of a job. And we weren't exactly super sad about that as photographers when using Evoto AI. Our perspective was, oh man, Evoto is so dope and this and it's that and it saves me so much time and I just have to retouch one image and then sync it to all the other. Yes, yes, and yes. So now here's Evoto, who probably used all of the data and the retouching data on the back end from all these professional photographers to understand and train their LLMs to what, or train their AI to what a good headshot looks like and repackage it into a piece of software. They did it to retouchers. Now they're doing it to photographers, right? And it's this like, oof. And I do feel a way about it, right? Because I think from what I saw, the product was free, which is interesting. Which is very interesting. I don't know how to feel about it. From the business aspect, you want to tell yourself, those weren't my clients anyway. I'm not selling headshots. I'm not selling well edited and retouched headshots. I'm selling an experience. I'm selling an experience. I'm selling guidance. I'm selling white glove treatment. I'm selling the alignment to my subjects, my customers, who understand that when they're trying to trailblaze, when they're trying to make a name for themselves in the world, when they care about the way they show up in a world where everyone's self-absorbed and there's all these things going on, you taking the time to go through this process with a professional photographer says something about you, and that puts you on a different level than everyone else. That's my customer. And I'm not quite sure that this product is for my customer, but I am having very real challenges reaching my customer as I still develop my business. So I'm in that middle ground where there's some overlap where this product could probably take customers away from me. And excuse me, I'm a humble guy, right? If I wasn't complaining about what Evoto and AI was doing to these retouchers in our industry, which by the way has been an intricate part of our workflow as portrait photographers for decades, right? You'll hear photographers say, and when you look at editorial work, there's all of these different components exist, right? You have the hair artist, you have the makeup artist, you have the creative director, you have someone that's probably responsible for set design at some levels, you have the model, then you have the photographer. And when that's all said and done, the retoucher is the last stop. That's the person that's the editor and retoucher, because those two can sort of be different. Mostly they're not, but that person's also very involved in this process, and it's a highly regarded skill. And if you've ever launched Photoshop and just look at these tools, it ain't easy. It's a technical skill, and one that's quite difficult to learn and takes many hours and many years to get a hold of and master. And if I wasn't complaining that this tool put those people at a disadvantage, I'm not going to complain now that the very same tool puts me at a disadvantage. Instead, I'm going to figure out how to navigate these feelings and how to push through this and how to elevate my ability to reach my client. Don't mean that it don't sting though. My name is Ramon. Thank you so much for your time here today. I always say time is the most valuable resource that we have, and I do not take it lightly that you've shared some of yours here with me. Like the video if you like it, subscribe, plenty more content coming. I'm out of here. Peace.